version of myself would do. My goddess self, my badass self, my nature's muse, the fully developed muse of me. How and what would she be doing with her life? So this morning I woke up and I did my mantras, which I've been having a hard time doing lately. I've only been doing it maybe like 4 or 5 times out of the week instead of every day. It's really hard to do it every day because your feelings just fluctuate. Sometimes I'll like say half of it and I'm tired. But I keep telling myself that it's consistency, not about perfection. It's about consistency. It's about showing up in the best way you can, and realizing where your 100% is at for that day. And I think the best way for me to gauge that has actually been, well, how well am I saying my mantras when I wake up, or am I even remembering to say them that day? And that kind of gauges me at what my capacity is at. That's one of the things I've been noticing. And so for the second one, I was like, all right, I want to do something big for myself physically. When I look in the mirror, I want to see the changes that I feel like are happening inside of here. And one of the things that I loved was I got my eyebrow piercing. And the first time I got my eyebrow piercing was actually with my mom, my sister, and my auntie in El Paso. And we went and I was like, I think I'll get an eyebrow piercing, just because I was just like, whatever about it. I just picked one that I didn't think would be a big deal, you know? And then the artist actually decided to put it horizontal on my eye, and it became a signature look for me. And I got so many compliments on it that I've actually had it redone on my face 2 times. So I've actually had this piercing 3 different times in my life, and I'm excited to get it back on because I feel like it's a really big piece of me and a piece of just like the aesthetic look that I want on my face. And so I called, and I've been saying I'm going to be getting my eyebrow piercing back since I was in Florida, and I just never did. And so I was like, all right, I had an accountability buddy this time because she just got a piercing as well. And so I was like, all right, so I made the appointment, and ironically, it lands when the specialist shows up because the girl that does piercing, she's just never done a horizontal one. So she said that her specialist arrives on Tuesday. And I have scheduled for the 3rd my ketamine experience. That's what's happening next week on Tuesday. And this month I will be doing 3 my ketamine experiences in the 1 month. Just so y'all know. I'm really unsure. I talked to my roommate, who's my permission giver. I was letting him know about some of the insecurities I was feeling throughout that day, some of the boundaries I had recently set in place, or just how I had spoken my truth. And I was feeling insecure, like I wanted to just gobble my truth back up because I was just, well, maybe how are they feeling and how is it affecting them, and not really focusing on me, my needs, my wants, whatever, because that's me, I have it. And so my roommate, being the permission giver he is like, why don't you go for a drive? That's what she used to do, you know, do things that used to make you feel good. And I got told that yesterday too by my mama. I was like, all right, we go for a drive. So I started going for a drive, and I was like, I'm gonna cruise to PCH. So it takes about 35 minutes to get from Fullerton to the PCH. Fullerton is where I'm residing at currently in California. It's the southern part of California, for any of those who don't know. It's about 20 minutes outside of LA, closer to LA than LA is to LA. I did schedule it, so Tuesday at 10 a.m. is when I'm going in for that appointment for my, for the appointment for for my piercing. And it's at Huntington Beach too, so I think I'm gonna go get my piercing, spend some time in the sun, maybe do my bike. I haven't really like thought exactly of what the goddess plan is for that day. This one, because I'm feeling such in a funk, I kind of just am relaxed today. That's what today is. Today's just relaxed. So this time, I was driving to PCH, but it didn't feel like enough for the ketamine event. Like I really wanted to invest, like put my money where my mouth is, kind of investment type of deal. And so as I was driving, I passed a couple of places that were doing massage, and I was really excited about like massage, just thinking about massage, just because I'm always pondering about massage. It's one of my many passions. And so I wasn't going to stop, but then this one shop just made me like, my body was like, all right, stop. And so I literally stopped, pulled the car around, turned around, pulled in, and was like, fuck it, let's get a massage. The place that I went to, I'll put the information down below, is really, really good. The woman that I had, her name is Amy. She remembered my hand, she got my neck, we even used hot stones. I got a 90-minute. I love 90-minute massages. I think if you're going to get a massage, it should probably be a 90-minute. It gives you enough time to like ease and enough time to focus on problem areas as well. So it was the Rainbow Day Spa in Hermosa Beach, California. They do facials, body, and foot massages. They're open 7 days a week from 10 to 10. And again, the person that I had, her name was Amy. Phenomenal. Gave her a $30 tip. It was fantastic. She was like, yeah, you should totally come back. But I literally have been driving for like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. So just like cruising. So I was like, yeah, for sure. So that's what I did for myself. I feel a lot better. I think one of the benefits of feeling a lot better was the fact that I stuck to my non-negotiables. So one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to, even though I'm feeling like caca, still do my ketamine experience is not only because I said I was going to do my ketamine experience, but because I have a set of non-negotiables that I wrote down in my life that I actually have printed out and put it into my spell book. And the first two are my mental health comes before profit, and the second one is my physical well-being comes before profit. So abiding by those two rules, I feel like me doing my ketamine now is abiding by that, because what I did do at the beginning of the month is the money that I normally put aside for seeing my therapist, I put towards my debt freedom, because I just wanted to I'm itching to make a bigger payment towards my debt freedom. Because my non-negotiables are clashing with my goal, which is to be debt-free by October. Well, it's, what month is it? It's June, July, August. It's August, September, yes, August. So September, October, I have to come up with, let's see, $6,000 more. I think I could come up with another $2,000. I don't know if I can come up with $6,000 without me burning myself out. I know for a fact I could make all that money. I just know for a fact I would kill myself in the process of doing so, and I would completely break all of the boundaries I've worked so hard to establish with my work life. So to be fair, I did say in the beginning when I created that goal for debt free by October 21st, 2021, I did say that that's the gold star goal. The silver star goal is I am debt free before I'm 30, which is January 4th, 2022. So I still have like a little buffer of month where I know without a doubt I will be debt free before I'm 30, because that is a goal I have had set since I got into debt. Since I acquired my first chunk of debt after becoming a business owner, I was like, I want to be debt free. That is what I want. I want to be free. Let me be free. And debt freedom is the first step towards what I truly want, which is financial freedom. And then I want emotional freedom, which is the final goal of having true autonomy, of feeling safe within myself, so that I may create safe spaces for other people at the purest energy level possible. So I drove to PCH and I got a massage, and that's what I did for this. I'm now currently heading back, and then I'm going to be doing some yoga before, like I did last time. I really liked that. I did yoga to kind of like loosen up and relax my body, and then I took the dizzy medicine, and so I'm going to follow that same process. I'll show y'all my new room experience, because I got cool little flashy lights, because I had my first ever sleepover here in California, and I made it into a thing. I got like root beer, and I got like a gift basket, and I got a bunch of fun lights to like build the fort. So I also use the lights in my room, because any excuse just to kind of have more lights that are awesome. So that's kind of what's going on with the second experience so far. I also combined it with digital detoxing. So today I am not on any of my socials just yet. For the next 2 days, I am not going to be on my social media, just because I feel like during this time I really want to focus on self. And when I scroll, there's just too many unknowns in scrolling, and with where my mind's at, and just kind of the consumption where I might see something that might trigger me or something like that. And so I'd rather just ixnay those opportunities to keep my mind as focused on my why, my end goal, and all that. And I'm probably going to do what I did last time as well, where I read my affirmations out loud before I go in, and then I go ahead and I read my why out loud, and I read my spell book pages, and just kind of review my spell book, review some of my projects, just kind of review all the stuff I want to work on, all the stuff I want to build, look at it one more time, do the thing, do the yoga, so that it's fresh in my mind when I go into it, because I don't want to be thinking about anybody else but myself. I don't want to be thinking about anybody else but how to be there for myself, because that has to be the center goal for when I take this, because I desperately want to feel happier more days than I feel sad, and I want to be able to feel proud of myself when I accomplish things, and I want to be able to feel the things that I was not allowed to feel growing up, which was smart and strong and respected. And so I need to give those things to myself, and that's what this is, and that's what we're gonna build. And yeah, so hopefully I'm not in this traffic for too long, because I didn't factor in traffic when I decided to take my cruise. It's not too much of an issue because I got my little to-go bowl right here, and I'm probably gonna pull over from some snackages and we'll go from here.
So for the actual trip of this experience, I felt it was almost the same, but maybe a little bit less intense, and the color was gone. So not less intense, it like only less intense, with the difference of being like watching something in really good black and white and watching something in color and in HD color. And so I still had that same kind of, my body was separating from itself, and I did have to hold Frank's hand because I needed to feel like I was grounded at certain points, because just I felt like I was just going to just float off. And that time I was able to talk to him through it. And so we ended up just chit-chatting about just like how I want to see myself in the future, and talked about kind of what I was visually seeing and the effects of what I was seeing. And then also allowing myself to just experience. So I felt a little bit more comfortable. So I get chatty sometimes when I'm uncomfortable. And so, or when I'm like, need to just like a teapot release steam. And so that was nice, that I was able to just kind of be quiet at moments in this one too, and just kind of fully experience it, even though I didn't feel as overwhelmed by it. The results that I saw over the past few days after the experience was a lift in a more fluidness with being able to do it every day. And so I felt like that increased. But and oh, a new thought process. So I was able to lay down boundaries with a lot less guilt. And I had like small, like tiny things, like when I say I'm going to do something and I write it down, I'm more likely to do that. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like in small percentages, and like, because I'm so detailedly tracking, can I be able to be like, okay, that's increasing like a little bit of the consistency with self and self-care, not just the consistency with my work, but the consistency of me investing in myself. And so I really like that. I like that little bit of progress, and the allowing myself to take care of myself in these different ways. And so, yes, I am hoping to see more of an improvement with that, but I would really like to just see overall anxiety that I feel throughout the day consistently. I would still like to see that lessen, and I would still like to feel safe enough to be still for longer than, like 10, 15 minutes, which is my max. So that's what we're hoping for, but I do see some progress. So thanks for listening, and next week I'll have my piercing.